Hello everyone and welcome to Seven Sacred Sisters. I'm Sarah and today I'm doing an intuitive tarot card reading for each of the zodiac signs for the middle of March 2021. Please keep in mind that these are general readings, so not all of the messages will resonate with everyone. If the message resonates, claim it without a doubt, and if it doesn't, I highly recommend that you A, leave it for someone else, and B, check out some of the other readings that apply to your chart, like your rising sign, your moon sign, your Venus sign, and possibly your North Node placement. I'm just going to take a moment now to play the singing bowl to clear the space so that we get the best energies for the readings today. So if you'd like to stay and listen to that, I will be doing that now. However, if you would like to skip ahead, please check out the description box below. There will be timestamps for when you can get into your reading. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your reading. I hope that you are doing well. I have pre-shuffled your cards off of camera, but I will do a bit of shuffling here again now for good measure. Two. That feels good. Okay. I'm going to cut the deck. Spirit, what are the messages for Aquarius? Does Aquarius need to know whenever they hear this message? Spirit. Oh. The Fool. This did come upright, by the way. It just spun around when I picked it up. What's in the challenging position for Aquarius? I'm hearing a whole new world. This Fool. It's a challenge for this new journey for Aquarius. I hope my singing isn't bad. Oh, now you're gonna be shy? Now that... Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, Queen of Cups. Challenging position. Maybe this is Pisces season for you, Aquarius? It's the underlying energy. What's in the unconscious? What's in the unconscious for Aquarius? What's in the unconscious? Okay. Ten of Pentacles. Nice. Recent past. Five of Swords. It's the crowning energy for Aquarius. Crowning energy. The Hierophant. Or sorry, why do I want to say the Hierophant? The Hermit. Sorry, Aquarius, I'm a bit distracted actually. I'm hearing this ringing in my ear, and it started as soon as I opened the reading and started smudging my space. And so I'm trying to acknowledge it so that Spirit knows that, or whomever it is, hears that I've heard them. And I'm finding it somewhat distracting, so let's see. The cards are speaking for themselves, but it's like they're trying to communicate something else to me here. What's in the future position here for Aquarius? Oh, I see. Five of Wands. Okay. How does Aquarius see themselves, or how are others seeing them? Queen of Pentacles. Nice. And in your field, we have the Five of Pentacles reversed, which is nice to see that card reversed. I don't usually read a lot of reversals, but I'm feeling like, oh, okay. And your action or advice position, we have the Two of Wands, and we also have the Page of Swords. These came out together. Sorry, I'm saying I don't usually read reversals very much, but it seems like they don't want me to pay attention to that. In your possible outcome, we have the Empress. Can we have one more for the Empress, please, Spirit? Oh, that's a lot. Ooh, very nice, though. We have the King of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Pentacles. In your possible outcome. Let's put it like this. Okay. Bottom of the deck, I have Four of Swords, Ten of Wands, and the Eight of Cups with the Moon. So I'm getting that there's something that you've walked away from that's been burdensome up until now, and it's possible that you've had to take some time out to rest and recuperate. Okay, let's get into this reading. At the core of your reading, we have the Fool. So there's something here about a whole new world, a new journey that you're embarking on. It seems like for the core of the reading, this is, aside from the Hermit, in this portion here is really indicating that there's a new beginning. And I'm wondering if the reason why we have the Queen of Cups in the challenging position over it might have something to do with the Hermit being in your crowning position. The Queen of Cups is someone who's very intuitive. This is somebody who is very loving and emotionally supportive. They can be very creative, but they have some control over their emotions. This also represents a water sign, so this is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio energy. So because we're in Pisces season right now as I'm recording this, this also could just be that this is the divine feminine Pisces energy coming in, and it may have required you to do a lot of healing. Pisces is all about the depths of our emotions, and it's about the cycling of those emotions. It's about rebirth. It's a cycle of rebirth. It's about taking out the old and replacing it and bringing in the new. It's the in the northern hemisphere, it's the end of winter and the beginning of spring. It's about letting those last little things that are hanging on from an old way of being go. And this process can require a lot of inward reflection. Like I said, at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Four of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So it's leading me to believe that, especially here with the Five of Swords in the recent past, that there have been some wounds that you've needed to heal. And so Pisces season perhaps could have caused this temporary pause on the new beginning and the moving forward that you have, that you know, I think is here waiting for you. In the unconscious or subconscious placement, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this sounds to me like an inherited belief system. Truly, with the 10, it's about lineage, it's about your family, it's about genetics. In this card, there is the younger generation, and then there's the, middle-aged, and then there's two elders, and then there appears to be a character in this card who has passed on or is somewhat ghost-like. So this indicates to me that part of what you have been healing in Pisces season has been these unconscious belief systems that perhaps you have inherited from your family, depending, it can be unconscious, but based on some of the cards at the bottom of the deck and also this Five of Swords in the recent past, it leads me to believe that you have become aware of some of this wounding that's here. because also in your crowning position, you have the Hermit. So, especially when it comes to healing, a lot of us like to go into hermit mode, which is essentially to kind of self-isolate. It's to go into the dark. The Hermit is my ultimate light worker card in the tarot. I like to think of them as the shadow worker. They go on a journey and they see things that others don't see in the darkness. They transmute the darkness and bring it back to light. But they also accept what it is about them that is their shadow. And that's why the Strength card comes before this. Strength is the 8 and the Hermit is the 9. And the 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. So it takes strength to look inwards at your shadows. And the Wheel of Fortune usually comes in and says, how have you addressed your shadows? How have you been able to transmute this negative energy maybe in your life? We all have negative energy that we transmute in one way, shape, or form. So this is the step that I'm guessing you think is necessary at this point. In the traditional tarot, the Hermit is standing on a mountain that has snow, and the snow is at their feet. So there may be a feeling of freeze that you're getting, like there's a bit of a standstill, like you're standing in the darkness, you see the darkness, and it's like with the 10 of Pentacles underneath, it's almost like the inherited belief systems could be vast, and there's a bit of concern because in the recent past with the 5 of Swords, I'm getting that there is some type of abuse, neglect, some type of fight. This could be fight amongst siblings. This could be fight against family members. It could even be friends. It could be that this even could be like any type of conflict, really. But what I'm kind of getting is that especially since you had the 4 of Swords right at the bottom of the deck, I'm feeling like this could be energy that's been done to you, or in the past, I'm getting that this was possibly done to you as a child, because the characters in this card are young. So it might just be that you've investigated some things that have happened in the past, some woundings that have happened from your childhood. And it feels like opening new wounds to look at those things, when really it's just an old wound that's like really infected and like harder to manage, because we as humans in general have kind of shoved down a lot of these emotions, these hard feelings that we didn't necessarily know how to deal with, or they were just karmic. They were related to our heritage. It's what we inherited, patterns of behavior and belief systems about dealing with this type of wounding, with this type of I don't want to say damage, but it's almost like injury. It's injury to the ego. It's injury that leaves like a mark on the skin, like her hand is cut or their hand is cut and they're bleeding. So it's almost like it has a physical repercussion on the body. And that's also mirrored here with this other 5 in the future position. Now, the 5 of Wands is usually my body card. I like to think of this as healthy competition, as opposed to 5 of Swords is like thoughts, ideas, words that really are cutting. It's like it's like the gun that shoots to kill. Like they have an intent to cause harm, whereas the 5 of Wands can be more about healthy competition. It can be about being in a space with a lot of people having, competitive, like competitive goals almost, or competing goals, and this could also relate to how you're dealing with yourself as well. So it's almost like, I don't know why I'm getting this, it's very specific, but you know how some people do branding, where they'll make like they will use like a hot tool to leave a mark on their body. I'm kind of getting like, this is another old school way of like healing a wound, would be to, like, if you had a cut on your hand, for example, it would be to like put a piece of like cast iron in a fire and let it get hot, and then you would put that on the injury to kind of like heal it. So and I can't say I've ever gotten that with this card before. But I'm getting that this is something within yourself that you're trying to resolve, and it's causing kind of causing like a teeter-totter, but it's also creating balance in a strange way, like with all the change that you're undergoing, that you're seeing from the perspective of the Hermit, all the shadow you're looking at. It's the 2 5s are creating balance, but they're creating balance in change. It's almost like there's this new beginning coming in, this fresh perspective, this awareness of some of the inherited belief systems, possibly that'll be coming to the surface, and it's going to create change. And it might be a visceral feeling that you have, and I'm saying that because I'm getting such specific images in my head about physicality. So I think that there is something that you're releasing from your body at the same time as the rest of this is going on. So I hope you're being gentle with yourself as this comes up for you. And I like to see that the 5 of Wands is the future position, because it means that you're coming into alignment. It's like you're paying more attention to how these old hurts, how these belief systems, these inherited belief systems, thought patterns are affecting you physically in your body. And the Hermit it's Virgo energy. It's doing the research. It's showing up to do the hard work and look at what needs to be done and like clean it up. So that feels good. So here again we have in the placement of how you see yourself or how others see you, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So you have 2 indications of Virgo energy here, and you have 2 queens now and 2 5s. So I'm getting that there is a stability that you're going to come to terms with. A teacher of mine pointed out to me very astutely, shout out to you, Halo, that when you have all the queens on the ground, like let's say you have 3 queens on the ground here, it's the queen that's missing that is the energy that you are trying to incorporate. So it would indicate with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups here that you have some type of control, or have started to gain some control about your emotions and perhaps your thoughts about money, because these things are very closely connected. It's like our thoughts create our reality, which would be swords, and how we feel is how we manifest. So if we're going through some heavier thoughts, past memories that are kind of making us feel a little bit all over the place, that can affect how we manifest and how we bring something in. But with the Queen of Pentacles here, it's leading me to believe that you're being very grounded about this situation, that you have become aware of the fact that if you ground your energy into the earth as you're working through these negative thought forms and emotions, that it becomes easier to release them. And that's also indicated here because we have the 5 of Pentacles. So what I kind of want to take what I said here about the queens, where it's like when you have 3 of the queens on the ground, let's say, the one that's missing is the one that you're working on, and in this case you have 5 of the pip 5s on the ground, with the 5 of Pentacles being in reverse. Now 5 of Pentacles in the upright is a feeling of being left out in the cold. It's abandonment. It's feeling isolated. It's feeling forgotten. And I just realized there's a willow tree in the background here. Interesting. So in reverse, it's good. It means that you're releasing this this feeling of lack, this feeling of not having, or not wanting to see the possibility of someone coming towards you with pentacles. And this is in your field. So it could be that part of this new beginning is a delay in a possible job offer that's coming towards you, but there was some healing that needed to be done first. So it would behoove me now to not mention that the 5 that's missing from this spread then is the cups, which again would explain here why we have the Queen of Cups in the challenging position. Now, the Five of Cups is a card of grief, so it doesn't surprise me here that that card might be the last stage, or the last, I'm getting like step in the journey, step in the healing process that you're going through, because anyone who has ever investigated their belief systems, this doesn't even necessarily have to be what you've inherited from your family, although we all have inherited something from our family in terms of a belief system. But for example, this could be society by and large. This could be conditioning that you aren't aware of, or you weren't aware of all the ways you were conditioned, and that's coming up to the surface to be healed at this time, which is both a huge blessing, but also it feels somewhat of a curse as well, because when you're going through it, it's very difficult. It feels like you are literally like stripping a layer of your skin off, which is maybe why I was getting that image of the branding and the cutting of the hands. It's like you don't know all the ways that you've been conditioned until it's like right there in your lap. So I'm sorry for whatever it is that you're grieving. It could be a different type of loss as well. But I'm seeing here that your groundedness is really, it's really starting to shift the energy around Pentacles. And this could, like I said, possibly be a job offer coming in for you, because in the action or advice, I have the Two of Wands, which is waiting for something to come in. You're waiting for the next step on your journey. You have started to manifest this new beginning, this energy of wanting to start something new, maybe like wanting to move, you want to take action, you want to get things going. And at the same time, we also have the Page of Swords, which can indicate a contract or some type of legal document, an offer of a message, a small message. This could also be someone watching you from a distance, I'm getting. And maybe you're waiting for them to come in. It could be that you've already received some communication, or intuitively you know this is coming in, because we have the Queen of Cups in the challenging position. So it's like, you know, the new beginning's there. It's like you can sense it, but there's healing of grief that's coming up first. And I think that here at the end of March, you will have succeeded to a certain amount in that endeavor, because in your possible outcome, we have the Empress, and the Empress is all about things growing. This person has the Midas touch. They're the divine mother energy. So you have two queens in the Empress. So Empress usually represents Taurus energy. So it's very grounded. It's earthy. It's things grow and are lush in her presence. This character could also be someone being pregnant or becoming pregnant. I can't really tell too much, by the way, in this card whether she is or not, because she has tattooing on her stomach, which is really beautiful, actually. So I can't exactly say whether she's pregnant or not, but she is adorned in a beautiful crown. She has this beautiful, long, luscious hair, and detailing on her her waist and everything. It's you know, she is receiving a message through the seashell. And so it mirrors this energy of the Queen of Cups and this this Fool, this new beginning, this person who's walking onto the shore. I'm kind of getting like vagabond energy, which I guess makes sense for the Fool. And for some of you, it feels like there's travel, there's some type of action or movement that's happening, or this could just be physical change as well with the Empress. In the possible outcome, we also have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a well-established entrepreneur. He's a visionary. He has big heart energy. He has lots of passion for what he has achieved. But don't be fooled, like, he is a shark. He knows what he wants, he goes and gets it. But he rules with a fair hand. He is just, he could be fatherly, and he takes everyone's considerations, everyone's perspective into consideration. So he is quite wise, and he has a I want to say like a bird's eye view almost on what's best for all involved, but most importantly, like what's good for number one. But he's not cunning. He's not sharp with his words. He has finesse. He has charisma. He has style. You know. So this could be somebody. It doesn't have to be necessarily just a man, masculine energy. It's just the masculine version of this archetype. So for some of you, this could be a partnership coming up in your future, depending, I don't know if you have strong Taurus placements in your chart. It seems like you could have strong earth and or water placements and or fire placements in your chart. This energy could be you. This could be after this inward investigation that you have done. You are able to level up your inward investigation into your emotions. You're becoming more intuitive. You're becoming more aligned in your physicality. And, this seems kind of like king and queen energy. This seems like a strong partnership. Also here, the other card that indicates this is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, in the traditional tarot, this is usually just one person on the card who is looking down at pentacles, which are basically seeds they have sown, and it represents a crop. But in this case, in this deck specifically, it's a pregnant woman and a man building their home and waiting for the birth of their child. And it's kind of a wait and see, like, something's just around the corner. Like, have we, painted the bedroom yet? Have we got all the supplies that we needed? How will it work out? What will they look like? Possibly even like, what gender is the baby? And for some of you, if you're moving or you're waiting for a job offer, it could be like, what does the future hold? Like, will I have to move there? Who will I meet? Who will I be working with? So there's definitely, for some of you, this is definitely a partnership, and possibly even, I want to say marriage, even though I don't have the Hierophant, but when I put the Hermit out, I said Hierophant. So this could indicate a marriage for some of you, or a pregnancy, definitely pregnancy with, a pregnant woman here, and the Empress. But there is also here the High Priestess. So this is somebody who is very intuitive. This is somebody who sees beyond the veil. They have access to hidden knowledge, possibly, like the Hierophant. They have secrets. There's things that they know that the average person doesn't. There's a certain level of mastery with this card. And there's an ability to create something tangible in the physical 3D, but also things that are beyond what is seen. So I'm really getting the indication here that if this is your energy, that you definitely have, especially with so to have the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups really does indicate to me that there is some way that you will be coming into some type of knowing, some intuitive gifts possibly. Pisces season has really done this for a lot of people. So it doesn't surprise me to see the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess in your reading, especially having just passed your season, Aquarius. It's like this is the, second month of your new year, and Pisces marks the end of the zodiac year. So there are new beginnings taking place, and old things are kind of falling away. And I think a lot of that has to do with the inner work that we're doing. It's like the more we can clear of the past, the traumas, anything that's I'm getting this like stuck, sticky kind of, the types of thoughts that stick to you that it feels like, for years you've been aware of them and you've never been able to let them go. I'm feeling like this is when you finally get to let them go. And there's an intuitive knowing that something really big is around the corner. And this might not be for everyone, but it seems very specific. Like some of you know that, maybe you've been trying to get pregnant, so, there's that, but it's like maybe some of you know that there's someone going to be getting pregnant around you, or there's something you're trying to birth into reality, or something that is coming for you in your reality that you are going to be giving birth to, that you're going to be manifesting. So take it how it resonates for you, but it feels like the work you've done here with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Wands, it indicates that you've put in the work. So don't give up just yet. Like I'm getting like you are like almost at the precipice. I feel like you're standing at the precipice of whatever this new thing is, whether it's a job offer or it's a message from somebody that maybe you've been watching from afar, or maybe someone you've been dating long distance. So I pulled you an oracle card from the Cosmic Oracle deck, and we have growth, overcoming limitations. Yeah, I think these fives definitely are, limiting self-belief. And it's like when you, I forget what it's called, but it kind of comes with this Seven of Pentacles. Like when you tend to the land and you, in the springtime, and you pull out all the weeds and the stuff over winter that, got stuck in the mud and has to be cleared out. It's like you make room for new growth. So, sometimes it rains when you do that because it's painful. I don't know if you can see here, it is raining. And there is this new moon here. And we just had the new moon in Pisces, so, you could be watering your growth with tears, but, sometimes that's how it happens. I don't mean to make light of it, but because trust me, I'm there like 100% with you. So, but yeah, I feel like there's a certain levity, like there's time for you. I'm feeling like really excited, like I'm like, I have all this like potential just like stored up in me waiting to like explode outward. So that's very exciting. Yeah, look, nurture your creative energies. Yeah, you must really want to channel some of this dense energy into something. So maybe it's dancing, maybe it's painting, maybe it's writing. I'm getting physical movement though, like you should take action like the King of Wands would towards whatever goal it is. Do we have any other messages from this deck for Aquarius? Do we have any other messages? Okay. Joy. Yeah, dancing. It has to be physical. Your inner child is here to play. Yeah. So once you've lifted this damage, this childhood, I don't like the word damage. Once you have come to terms with what the hurts are from your past, make sure you take time to create something that your inner child would have liked to do. Take time to play and to be into joy, because that's how you manifest the new. Being in a positive vibration will help you get out of the stage of grief. It will help you shift into a higher vibration. Okay, so I'm going to pick you a card from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Oh, wow. Didn't even want me to take time to shuffle. We've got simplicity and going forward. Wow, look, like greener pastures, totally. Look at this pathway forward. I'm hearing reminds me of a yellow brick road, even though it's sand, it's not brick. Follow the yellow brick road to a whole new world. And the sun is just it's just lighting your way forward. This is very beautiful. So yes, it's this Fool energy replicated here again. It's once the healing is done, it's full steam ahead. It's and again, I'm getting this again. Someone may be moving. Some of you may be moving, and simplicity. This is a message specifically about the process of releasing these energies. A wise woman said to me recently that sometimes we think we need permission to release something when really we never really, like, we didn't need permission to do that. Like, it's almost like if you have an awareness of some hurts that you have from your childhood, you don't need to hang on to them. You don't need to wait for permission to release them. You can just let them go, as simply as a feather just floating through the air. So think of I'm getting that line from The Craft. Light as a feather, straight as a board, or something like that. It's like when they're trying, the four of them are gathered around, and there's one in the middle, and they're trying to get the body to lift off the ground, to levitate. It's like part of your ascension is the coming to understand that you can just release these old wounds, and it can be as simple and as light as a feather. But you can still be in your physicality, because the more weight you take off your shoulders, the faster you are able to ascend. So going through the grieving process is necessary, and staying grounded and releasing those energies to Mother Gaia is super important for you. So make sure that you are continuing that practice, but it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as taking in a big deep breath and saying, I'm releasing this now, and it's gone from me. And if you need the support of angels to help you release those energies, the one that's coming to mind right away is Archangel Michael. Help me release these cords these negative attachments to old belief systems, ways of being, inherited behaviors that are no longer serving me. And so it is. And it's a prayer. You could use affirmations, you could journal, whatever feels comfortable for you. But remember, it doesn't have to be difficult. It can be very simple. And over and above, if you need someone to give you permission, not that I'm anybody specifically to you, but if it's something that you need to hear, and I'm saying this because I'm getting the impression that someone needs to hear it because I needed to, it's simply that you have permission to let that go. And you will still be loved and cared for and supported, because your guides are always there, and they love you and support you eternally. Oh, wow, Aquarius. Some emotional reading for you. I'm sorry that you were in the last batch of readings to be released, but this reading was quite long and pretty deep and intense. It was close to the skin for me here. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and that it helped you in some way. And I'm sending a big heartfelt hug to you wherever you are in this now moment. And until we can be together again in the now, take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.